Hi and welcome everybody. This is Carrie. Welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be doing a tutorial showcasing this new stamp set from the stamp market. It is called the Papillion and I absolutely love this little set. It's just super simple and I was excited to create a tutorial with it for you guys today. So I'm going to be using my Misty quite a bit. And I am essentially making 3 different butterflies in kind of like the same relatively color family, I guess. I'm kind of going for a little bit of an ombre-ish type style today. And I'm going to be using all the inks that I am using are be Lawn Fawn, as those are one of my favorite inks ever. So I am going to start off by stamping up with the guava ink and lobster. I am going to be doing some pink, a lighter pink. You see the butterfly there that I've already stamped out. And that's primarily because I was more or less priming my stamps before I went ahead and did the other 2. So that's why you didn't see that one done on camera. But I am showing you the other 2 as I'm stamping these out. So I'm going in with guava, and then each time obviously I'm going to clean off my stamp. And I don't have enough room on this one panel, so I do have another panel on hand to stamp out my lighter pink butterfly. So I'm going in with Ballet Slippers, which is the lightest pink of the Lawn Fawn inks. And I'm going to stamp that out. Now each time I am going to stamp this twice because I want to get a great impression. And at first, like you've probably heard this a dozen times, that a lot of these inks are very similar in formulation, and once you stamp them down, they do end up stamping splotchy, but once they do soak into the paper, that all evens out, which is awesome. And I wish you could see the first time that I did stamp this butterfly, because it was super splotchy, but as you see there, the very first butterfly on the very bottom there, it totally evened out. And so if you're have never stamped with these inks before, or these type of inks like Hero Arts, Lawn Fawn, Summon to Stamp, those inks are all formulated very similarly, more similar, you get what I'm saying. They even out super awesome like this. So I'm going to go ahead and add just the details to each of my butterflies and do this all in one fell swoop here. I'm adding the lobster ink now to this middle butterfly here, or the darker butterfly. Lobster has been one of my favorite colors from Lawn Fawn ever since they released it. It's just a wonderful red. I have mentioned that in past videos. So now I'm going to end up using bubble gum for the details of this pink butterfly, which is a great combination with the Ballet Slippers. So I'm going to stamp that down and get that all finished up. And I just love how these butterflies just come together so easily. The images themselves, as you line them up, they take a little bit of time, not too much time, but they do take a little bit of time to line them up, because obviously you want them to be, all the images lined up well. So I'm going to finish off by doing the kind of the inside portions, or the middle portions of each butterfly. So I'm going to go back with my guava or my butterfly. That was the bubblegum pink, excuse me. So I'm going to start off with the red with the lobster again, and finish that up and get that all into place there. And these, like I said, they stamp out super simple and super fast too. So I'm going to kind of show you the up close. I've just taken my bone folder here and just added a little bit of a crease line in the middle, just so I can bend them and give them a little bit more dimension. So I'm going to add some temporary adhesive to my little piece here, my other white cardstock panel here. I've got this background here. I believe this is called Scattered Background. I believe this is from MFT. I will have it listed in the product list below, just in case you're interested in it. I love this stamp, this background stamp, simply because if you just want something simple, but you don't want something that is going to overpower what you're working with as far as images and stuff, this just gives it a subtle background. And I just absolutely love this background stamp. So what I'm doing is taking some of the inks that I initially used on the butterflies and going to do, like I mentioned in the beginning, like an ombre-ish effect, and just inking that up. And you will see here as it just leaves a really nice light border, but it doesn't leave it stark white. So I had to go back here and stamp it once more because I had a couple different holes, if you will, on that background. So I had to press down just a little bit harder, and I'm just taking my rag because it helps to glide against that door of the MISTI that much easier. So you can see how that comes out, and it's really a nice effect. So I've taken this and just cut this down with a right at home stitched rectangle die just to give it a finished edge. And now I'm going to work on my sentiment. So I'm going to place this in my mini MISTI here. And I didn't realize that, I guess I did use both of my MISTIs on this project. But so I'm just kind of initially placing my butterflies. I'm going to use this new stamp set here from Simon Says Stamp. And I'm taking the sentiment hang in there and stamping that down on the corner. And I'm going to use the Lawn Fawn Jet Black ink. It's becoming one of my favorite black inks here. And I just love the way it stamps. So I've got that all ready to go. And now I thought I would add some shimmer to these butterflies, and I added quite a bit. So, but I think it just adds the overall effect and just adds just a little bit extra something to these butterflies. So I did each one of those, and I will show you here up close. You can already see it, but see how much shimmer they have. They're absolutely beautiful in person. I'm glad that it could be captured on camera too, because most of the time you can't see that on camera, but this time you can. So now I'm going to go ahead and put my card together. I do have my top fold A2 size card all ready to go. And I'm just adding some liquid glue on the back of my main panel here. And I'm going to obviously add this flat to my card base because the butterflies will have enough dimension on there that I don't need to put dimension on the actual main card panel. So I'm just going to I'm going to go ahead and add some Scotch foam adhesive. This is my favorite. And it's the big, what I like to call the big mama roll. So I'm just kind of placing these butterflies to see how I want them. And mainly just added some kind of like some glue right in the center of the back of that butterfly. And then just I doubled up on each of the wings for the butterflies. But I will show you here in just a moment that the third butterfly, or the red butterfly, that I will be doubling up, actually tripling up the foam adhesive on 2 of the wings, and then just adding a single layer, and it just kind of gives it a little bit more dimension on one side, and it just doesn't leave it so flat. So it really does add a nice effect. So you can see that tripled up foam there, and then the single layers. So I'm going to take off the backings of my foam adhesive here and apply this last butterfly here. And I just love how this card came together really nicely and just adds a really nice pop of color. And you could easily do this obviously in different color combinations and what have you. So that completes our card for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will catch you on my next video. Bye-bye.